Echoes of the Obsidian Abyss. The Obsidian research expedition began like countless others, with meticulous planning, scientific precision, and an unbridled sense of academic enthusiasm. Dr. Elena Rodriguez led a team of 5 specialists into the most remote regions of the Andes Mountains, an area so isolated that even satellite imagery revealed nothing but impenetrable terrain and geological anomalies that defied conventional explanation. Her team was carefully selected: Marcus Chen, a brilliant geologist with a specialty in quantum mineralogy; Sarah Thompson, a survival expert and former military reconnaissance specialist; Jack Reyes, a paranormal investigator with a background in anthropological research; and Dr. Robert Harlow, a medical physician specializing in extreme environment adaptation. What separated this expedition from others was a series of cryptic documents Elena had discovered in the archives of a private Colombian museum. Ancient manuscripts, written in a language that predated known civilizations, spoke of a gateway, a physical location where the membrane between our reality and something else grew impossibly thin. The journey to their base camp was grueling. Helicopters could only take them so far, leaving the team to navigate treacherous mountain passes, razor-sharp rocky terrain, and weather conditions that seemed to change with supernatural volatility. Each mile they traveled felt like a descent into something more than just a physical landscape. It was a journey into an unknown realm that resisted human intrusion. Marcus's specialized equipment began malfunctioning almost immediately. Quantum sensors designed to detect minute geological variations went haywire, producing readings that seemed to contradict every known law of physics. Temperature fluctuations appeared randomly, creating localized zones where time itself seemed to bend and warp. Quote, Sarah was the first to notice the psychological impact. The team's communication became fragmented, conversations trailing off mid-sentence. Memories seemed to blur, with team members occasionally forgetting simple details about their own backgrounds or the expedition's purpose. On the 5th night, everything changed. A massive geological event occurred, but not in any way conventional science could explain them. The mountain itself seemed to breathe, to pulse with an internal rhythm that was distinctly alive. Massive obsidian formations emerged from the rock face, creating intricate geometric patterns that looked simultaneously natural and artificially constructed. Jack's paranormal investigation equipment captured something unprecedented, not just electromagnetic anomalies or unexplained energy signatures, but what could only be described as consciousness patterns. Fragments of thought that existed outside human perception, ancient and immeasurably complex. Dr. Harlow discovered physiological changes occurring within the team. Their blood chemistry altered subtly, neural pathways showing increased connectivity in regions traditionally associated with extrasensory perception. They were becoming something more or less than human. The obsidian formations began to communicate, not through sound, but through a direct neural interface that bypassed traditional sensory mechanisms. The team experienced collective visions, glimpses of civilizations that existed long before human consciousness, entities that viewed our reality as nothing more than a temporary experiment. These entities were not malevolent in the traditional sense. They were researchers, observers, architects of realities far beyond human comprehension. The mountain was their laboratory, and the expedition team had become unwitting test subjects in an experiment spanning millennia. Elena realized they were never truly discovering anything. They had been carefully guided, selected, and maneuvered into this precise location through a complex series of historical and scientific manipulations. As the obsidian structures continued to expand and contract, creating impossible geometric transformations, the team found themselves experiencing multiple potential realities simultaneously. They saw versions of themselves making different choices, living alternate lives, dying in countless scenarios, all happening concurrently. The mountain was a nexus point, a location where multiple dimensional realities intersected, and they were now irrevocably entangled within its complex matrix. Survival became a fluid concept. Physical existence was no longer a binary state of living or dying, but a complex negotiation between different potential manifestations of consciousness. By the expedition's conclusion, only 3 of the original 5 would return. But return was a misleading term. They were fundamentally transformed, carrying within them knowledge that would forever alter their perception of reality. The world would never know the true nature of their discovery. Official reports would speak of a standard research expedition with carefully redacted information and sanitized conclusions. Quote, but the mountain remembered. The obsidian formations continued their patient, timeless research. Quote, the moral of the story is, human understanding is profoundly limited. And the universe contains mysteries that defy our most fundamental assumptions about reality, consciousness, and existence. Now it's your turn. : If you could communicate with a consciousness completely alien to human experience, what would you ask? How do you think humanity would react to discovering that our reality is just one of many potential experimental landscapes? Would you volunteer for an expedition knowing you might be fundamentally transformed by the experience? What do you believe are the ethical boundaries of scientific exploration when encountering truly unknown phenomena? How would you maintain your sense of self when experiencing multiple potential realities simultaneously?